feeling? So, it's been a hot minute since I actually got out here and did lives, or did a long form. It's been an interesting couple of weeks. Last week was getting used to Chris being gone. This week was finally finding my balance a little bit, but we're getting better. Pardon me as I'm puttering around here. I had to get a little bit creative about setting up, because if you saw my short earlier, the cats have taken over. They have claimed my workshop and are not giving it back. So you may hear them puttering around. I think I startled one of them. She was in here, but I think she left. They literally broke a door. I have given up because they broke the door before, and there's just no getting around it. They want to be in here, and it keeps them out of some of their mischief outside, and I'm much more comfortable knowing that they're here at night because they've been coming in overnight. And my room looks like an absolute disaster because there are makeshift cat beds everywhere. And 2 litter boxes because 5 cats need room. So this is going in my mother-in-law's room, which, if you've been around a while, you've seen all of the others that I did for her. If not, I do have a playlist of cartoon furniture. Now this one does sit on top of something with its back to the wall. So we're not doing the bottom or the back, which will help. And basically all we're going to do is first paint it blue, probably do a couple of coats because my primer decided not to be white. But we're not going to fuss over that. That's just part of life. So we're going to get the first layer of blue down, and I will probably go ahead and film the second layer because it's going to be a much lighter blue. Because I knew I was going to be doing a second coat, I went ahead and went a little bit darker for a nice layer for the lighter blue to sit on and give a nice rich tone. Hello. One of the little fluffs has come in. Actually, the fluffiest of the fluffs. I have a feeling my long forms will be a bit chaotic until we get the littles actually moved proper inside. I have a collection of cats starting to show up in here, but I do very much enjoy doing the cartoon furniture because it is something so different. I keep trying to see if I can pick up my final piece to my my lighthouse project, but it is very heavy and it may just have to wait until he gets home. But if that's how it goes, that's how it goes. And we're not worrying about perfection right at this moment. I do just want to take a peek, make sure we're looking good, because I'm kind of having to get a little creative with the placement of my camera, because the cats think that my tripod is great fun. So I have to keep it kind of cornered away a little bit. I did not check it enough last time, and my camera had turned itself off, So I primered the whole thing, chattering my tail off over here, and not a thing recorded. But I am going to take the opportunity to show you who I was talking to when I said hello to the cutie. And that was this guy. We have named him Odin. He is not amused at being picked up, but because he was doing things. Kittens at this age are busy. They're everywhere. And Miss Kitty and Mistra, which is our older kitten, are actually scheduled to get spayed because we are not trying to be a breeding program for cats. In fact, we are actively trying to avoid that. But I do enjoy doing stuff like this for my mother-in-law. She lit up when I asked her if I wanted to make this match everything else. So, it's never a bad thing to make somebody happy. And of course, I have got my hair between my ear and my earbud, so that's always a rather itchy prospect. But I don't feel like getting paint in my hair, so we're going to leave it alone. Hi. My short-haired orange guy just came in and is watching me very curiously. There we go. I knocked my white paint over. Thankfully, I have learned to close lids. There has been a mishap or two over the years because I forgot to close a lid when I set the paint down. And we have the others coming in now. Many curious cats, but it does make feeding them so much easier and keeping the wildlife out of their food. It also makes walking Loki so much easier when they're all back here. He and Miss Kitty don't get along. It's not his fault. He's about as sweet as they come, but as soon as she started getting into the later points of her pregnancy with her litter, she decided he was not acceptable in the least. So she makes it kind of challenging when she's in one of her moods and I've got him trying to go out so he can go potty. Hopefully I'm in line here so you guys can still see what I'm doing. I guess I should probably check. Watch your tail, little one. Oh, we missed that little section, but there we go. move my little tripod and my white paint. Kittens everywhere. Hello, Paolo. Yes, his name is Apollo. It's sometimes a little tricky to get that O on there properly. So this actually will probably span a few videos, just because there's a lot of details that go into doing the cartoon style. Obviously, first you want to get it all the same, all one color. And then you add your details on top of that. And then, once you've gotten all of your blue details in this case, then you want to start outlining things in black, because it's meant to look like a drawing. So it takes some time to do, but the result is a lot of fun. It's one of my favorite styles to do. I guess because I can't draw like for anything. Making something look like it's drawn, but it's actually a solid piece of furniture or shelving. It's just a lot of fun and really neat to me. And the first thing I ever did in the cartoon furniture style actually was my workshop. All of my cabinetry is done in that kind of almost a comic book style. Like with the bright colors and the black lining. And colors that should clash but actually work weirdly well together. Just smoothing that out a little while I can see the angle. Boy, you can tell I couldn't see when I was painting this part. Sorry if you're having any trouble seeing what I'm doing here. We're just finishing up the part that I could not see at all. You may see my remote for my new lights. I'm slowly trying to get it to where it's bright enough that if I want to work after dark, I can. So I'm doing a lot these days, and being able to get out here after dark would be wonderful. If I ran a little over for a day. Because up until very, very recently, I was very limited to a specific timeline. And that is not fun. Because there's other things that I really have to get done during the day sometimes. I do apologize if it's hard to see this part. There were some parts that I could not see to do the first round. What are you doing? There's a kitten under my table. He's fascinated by the movement. Let's see, is there anything? Oh yeah. I had a feeling. And as always, there's plenty of paint on my hands, if not anywhere else. So there she goes. That is our first layer. And I will be back Monday to start the second. But I am pretty happy with how it's starting out. And it's just going to keep getting better. So I am going to let this dry for now. And I will talk to you guys next time.